Z dropped an update literally 20 minutes after my previous video that both completely invalidated it and surpassed almost every single expectation I had for the next update. Not only did it do something a little special and add in 2 moves for a character in a single update, but it also gave Megumi an actual animation for his awakening, which is cool, as well as adding a lot of stuff to build mode that makes it way less of a hassle to use. I'll cut to the chase, so let's summarize this update and then micro-analyze it for those who like my yapping. 2 new moves, Nue and Toad, were added to Megumi's moveset. Megumi got an animation for his awakening. Megumi's health was reduced to 85, the same as Yuji's. Saving and clearing builds no longer ignores broken parts. A copy button was added to build tools. A color picker was added to build tools. The build tools menu was made better for mobile users, but I don't know what this does since I don't have mobile. If you're impacted by this, tell me in the comments how it is. The ability to drag parts from build tools was removed. Loading builds now clears the map. Free cam can now be used by pressing left control and P. A bug where small parts would kind of just float in the sky after being broken was fixed. Xbox lock-on has better tracking. Xbox users, let me know how this impacts you in the comments section. Hikari's counter now counts for a roll, aka one of the moves that makes his domain do a scenario when it counters bullets. The confirm prompt for loading and saving builds was changed. Stunning people and doing M1s no longer disables the jump button for mobile users. I do actually remember hearing about this bug, good on him for fixing it. Rabbit escape is cancelled if the user is ragdolled. Flying horizontally with curved strikes was fixed. The visuals for Jackpot were changed a little. The True Love Binding Vow now actually does something. The descriptions for the binding vows got simplified so that they're easier to digest. Finally, there are 2 new emotes. At least I was correct about this in my prediction video. That's a pretty long list of updates, but for the stuff I want to talk about, there's not all that much. The changes that are really important mostly deal with Megumi and build tools, which I'll cover in this analysis. Everything else, like the new emotes, jackpot visuals, and bug fixes, can mostly just be summarized as either this is really cool and I like it, or it's a bug fix. Let's start with Megumi. Nue and Gama really make Megumi a lot stronger. Nue specifically adds in a guard break to his moveset that better shuts down people who think holding block is the best way to deal with him, and it also gives him unavoidable damage unless Megumi is fighting a Yuji player. This is because by using Rabbit Escape, you can tie your opponent down and force them to stop moving because they're either forced to block or just slowed down by the rabbits. Then, with Nue, they're forced into taking damage because they can't dodge the move, and obviously can't block it since the move's a guard break. It's free damage, which is annoying in any game no matter how small it is, because nobody wants to feel like they're getting punished unfairly. He's already talked about making some minor changes to make this combo unavoidable, but it's still annoying for whoever is on the receiving end. Disregarding the combo entirely, Nue is still just a pretty good move. He comes out relatively fast, hits ragdoll, and really just ups Megumi's zoning game by a ton because it's a ranged guard break that forces people away. However, the move almost always misses a moving target, so it's really only viable when people hit by Rabbit Escape or ragdoll. Still, I think the move is in a great spot balance-wise, and basically, my predictions were correct. Nue is the funniest and most annoying fat bird in the history of Jujutsu games. Only thing I was really off about is the hitbox being hard to dodge, since it is actually really easy to avoid. As for Toad, it definitely isn't overpowered, not by any stretch of the definition. The move has such high startup that even if you ragdoll someone and use it immediately on wake up, they can just block it. Using it in neutral is even more impossible, and even on people who don't notice you, they'll still get a purple indicator around them that lets them know to block. I guess it's decent for catching people climbing up the ladder, but they can also just block it, and as for runners, while it does catch people if their back is turned, they can easily turn around and block. The move is awful for neutral. However, I will say that once the frog is summoned, the move can't be stopped, so it can really catch some people off guard and get you a free combo. It's not a phenomenal move, but that's fine, and it works okay in Megumi's movesets, as well as just being more zoning. If it was made to be harder to counter, it'd just get ridiculously annoying, so keeping it like this is good. The awakening animation is actually weird. After adding it in, Megumi no longer heals HP when he pops awakening, which is not a good thing. If it's a bug, hope it's fixed, but if it's not a bug, it probably should be reverted because Megumi's awakening should at least give him some health to compensate for him not having an awakening. Reducing Megumi's HP is a very good call in my opinion, and I might make an entire video on that later. But basically just know that annoying zoners, which are generally harder to catch than any other type of character, should be punished harder when they are eventually caught. It's a fair way of balancing out zoners. Canceling Rabbit Escape if the user is ragdolled makes Yuji an even harder counter to Megumi, which I find very funny if I'm being honest. Yuji just stomps on Megumi so hard that if you're losing to a Megumi user as Yuji, you should probably be ashamed. Making Ragdoll cancel Rabbit Escape turns Manji Kick from being a decently good counter to literally shutting a move down completely and stopping it from being used, which means a lot when Rabbit Escape is by far Megumi's strongest move. I don't think it's a mistake to do this, but it really does make Yuji just stomp on Megumi even more than he already does. Finally, I don't really have much to say about the build tools. The new stuff is useful, especially the color wheel, since I don't have to Google color codes on the internet, but I'm mostly just waiting for multi-select to get added, which I predicted in my last video and was wrong about. The stuff helps out for sure, which is better than nothing. This update really just makes Megumi a lot stronger and way more viable. It turns him from being your standard one-move early access character you use to flex on people way worse than you, into an actually usable, albeit still weak because he's unfinished, kind of character. It's a real pain to fight Megumi unless you know the proper way to deal with his options, which I do. And while I personally have no problem fighting Megumi users, I have 3-stocked plenty of people who just have no idea how the hell they're supposed to deal with all of his shikigami. It's crazy just how versatile Megumi can be, and how much that screws with people mentally. To celebrate Megumi becoming an actually usable character with this update, I did a casual 1v1 match to show it off. And you'll get to see what I mean when I say that his options really just mess people's playstyles up, because he really isn't like anything else in this game. Revealing one's hand, that's the obvious best option for this fight. That's literally just better overtime, honestly. And let's see. This guy seems to have more like kills, so he's gonna be like a better player. Also, I'm betting this guy's a Yuji. This guy's definitely a Yuji, because Mino's Prime, yeah, he's a Yuji. He's a Yuji. I can tell. You can tell from the cosplay. You can tell from whatever they're cosplaying as, exactly what their main is. But I have to say, Megumi is good. He's very annoying to fight. Not unbalanced, but he's definitely annoying. And there's a difference between a character being annoying and unbalanced, and I think Megumi like strikes the balance, like a good, he walks the line between that. His moves aren't particularly hard to counter, especially if you're a Yuji player, but at the same time, they're still just really annoying and like oppressive and just hold you in place a lot. And Nue for the unblockable stupid free damage thing. And like, yeah, people die against Megumi because they don't know how exactly he works. Like, if you aren't experienced with fighting Megumi, you're gonna think he's overpowered. Because he like, is annoying. He does a lot of stuff that you don't normally see. Oh, you missed that terribly. You're gonna die from the unblockable, by the way. Oh, I forgot. He figured out Manji Kick works. And I completely forgot he was gonna use it anyways. That's what I mean by Toad being useful, by the way, because people don't expect it to have hyper armor. So people get caught off guard by that. It's a really interesting move. I don't know if it's good per se, but it is interesting. What did this guy take? I think he took revealing one's hand. No, not revealing one's hand. Overtime. I mean, he took overtime. Did he? He probably disconnected internet-wise. Either that or he's like, oh, never mind, he's back. Okay. Jump him with that. Get him from behind, and is he just really badly lagging? Can I not get a good fight? Oh, never mind. He's back to being normal. This combo should kill me. Oh, never mind. He messed up the Black Flash. He probably would have been able to get a kill if he didn't mess up that Black Flash. But just because he did mess up the Black Flash, he's gonna die for that. Never mind, not die, but, Let me see, yeah, that's useless. Yeah, I don't know how to land Toad exactly. It's best as like a, haha, look at me using the funny Toad, get caught off guard thing. But I don't know like how good it is as a move itself. It's useless for neutral, except if they're rushing you down, and it's not really great for combos either because there's no way to really truly confirm it. I knew it. He took revealing one's hand. Okay. Rabbit escape. Just apply that pressure. Oh, I forgot. Freaking Manji Kick. I hate Manji. Well, no, I don't hate Manji Kick. It's a really good move design wise. But if you're a Megumi user, it's going to be your worst enemy because there's like nothing you can do about it. Come on. How many kills is this guy? 279 and he's playing like this? Am I good or is this guy bad? I don't know. You guys decide in the comments. But yeah, people don't know how to fight Megumi. He's just frustrating. And that's how zoners are. If you don't know how to deal with a zoner, you're gonna get screwed. But the funny thing is that I'm not even playing this like a zoner. I'm playing this like a rushdown character and it's working, sorta. Or it's working more than it normally does. Like usually people who are like really strong with zoners will just screw you over bad. I'm gonna just do the awakening. Yeah. GG.